Hello and Happy New Year. It's Luke Voulgarakis here from the LV Life Wellbeing Centre, and welcome to your quick tarot for week commencing the 6th of January 2025. Have you checked out your monthly tarot? I popped those on this last week so you can see monthly by your sign. So there's 12 videos up there for you. Remember to look at your sun, moon and rising. As always in my videos, we'll do 3 cards for general energies, and then we'll do each of the 12 zodiac signs, and I will pop those timestamps in the description so you can fast forward to your sun, moon and rising signs. All right, let's see what we've got. So our general energies are, first card, oh, the 10 of Cups, that's nice. Then we've got the King of Swords, and then we've got the Tower reverse, and it's looking pretty rosy. All right, here we are. So the 10 of Cups it's a real completion card. Look at the happy family under the rainbow, isn't that lovely? It's a real aspect of like community, getting the right people around you, feeling kind of this wholeness in a sense of who you have in your life. So perhaps you're coming to that realization if you're really starting to get the right people around you, the people that love you, support you, uplift you, and on board with you. And it's kind of that aspect of you just really starting to know who your core people are. And it's a real good positive energy. Perhaps you've been looking for that for a while. Perhaps that's been something that hasn't quite been manifesting in the way that you wanted in 2024, but now as we move into 25, you're starting to really recognize all the work that you've put in to kind of create your tribe as such. And then we've got this King of Swords. I think part of that creating the tribe is learning to master how you handle situations, learning to kind of use that authoritative king energy when it comes to managing people, challenges, battles, or just even your own battles. But just really kind of having been through it, you're starting to seek a higher perspective. You're starting to look at things. So you can see this, the king is kind of larger than life. He sits above the clouds. He's very calm up there on his throne, very kind of regal. And it's that aspect of really recognizing that there's a bigger picture to everything. You don't need to get involved with everything. And part of that bigger picture is figuring out who people are in your life and where they belong in your life. And I think that a lot of that has had to do with this kind of shaping and molding and creating. I think you've created this rather than it happening for you. You have kind of created your dream team as such. And the Tower in reverse. So we know the Tower's when everything comes crashing down. And then we start to, like as the fog starts to clear, we start to think about having to rebuild. I feel like in the Tower in reverse, maybe you had a lot of Tower energy in 24, but coming into 25, maybe it's the end of that. Maybe it's the other side where, as I say, the dust has settled, it's all cleared, and you can start then really focusing on your new tower. I feel like that's, maybe for the moment, that's the end of like these big catastrophes that have been happening. And it's time to really step into that building your new character, tower, building your new energy in the way that you want it. And through the things that you've learned, through all these processes of trying to rise above things, not get caught up in the drama, getting the right people around you, all the things you've learned of that are leading you to build this new tower. And I think you're starting to feel good about it. I think you're starting to recognize why all the things of last year happened for you, not to you, but for you. You're starting to realize kind of the truth of them, the lessons in them, the course correction, all of that stuff. So all great energy there. All right, let's go sign by sign. We start with Taurus. Taurus, you have the Ace of Pentacles reversed. I feel like you're really coming into your own now, really starting to understand yourself, feel good, and most importantly, feel good about yourself, like this real self-worth aspect here. And I think it's come from all that stuff we just discussed in the general energies. I think that you're finally getting this moment of, oh, self-love, or I'm a great person. It's not all doom and gloom. I just feel like there's these kind of revelations, these aha moments of you just really recognizing yourself and how far you've come. You've kind of got that yellow brick road journey through the archway and up the mountain here. And I think you're just starting to really have those penny drop moments where you go, aha, yes, I'm doing great, and I'm a really good person, and I'm really pleased with who I am and who I've become. All right, Virgo. Virgo, the Devil card reversed. I think you've been overcoming, let's use the word temptation, but I mean, maybe it's a bit literal, but I think you've been overcoming some of the stuff that's been holding you back, like old habits, old thought patterns, old people even, or old situations or circumstances, perhaps places that you've been staying because they're comfortable or because that's all you've ever known. And I feel like you're starting to overcome that. I feel like you've been starting to release yourself from that devil energy, and really starting to move forward for yourself, and feel better about having left some things behind, including like old thoughts and belief patterns and conditioning, all that stuff. I think you've been learning to break through that. And I think you're just starting to feel a bit better about having left stuff behind, and no longer having that temptation to go back. Perhaps you're actually starting to get over it now, and you don't get drawn back into that old drama or that old life or those old negative thought patterns anymore. All right, Capricorn, you've got the Star card. So this is the rebirth, right? So this comes after the Tower. And so we've had that Tower card in the general energies, but this is what comes after, and I feel like it's a whole new start for you, Capricorn. Like everything just starting over, feeling good, feeling fresh, perfect for a new year energy, right? But this time you get to nurture it. This time you get to do it from a place, like a holistic place, a place of wholeness, where you're nurturing, you're pouring into the water, you're nurturing on the land, you're watering the land. The nudity represents some aspects of vulnerability, or exposure, but in a great way, like in a way where you're really authentic and real, and everything's aligning in the way that it perhaps was always supposed to be. And the reason that you had that Tower moment was to get here. So all good stuff, Capricorn. Sagittarius. All right. Oh, you've got opportunities. Maybe it's decisions to make. Sagittarius, you can go out and explore now. You have the opportunity to explore the whole world. You've got the mountains, you've got the sea, you've got the countryside, you've got the forest, and he's literally got the whole world in his hands. So I feel like you've got options, and maybe you're like toying between the options and you're not sure which way to go. The truth is, it doesn't matter. You've just got to make a decision. You've just got to pick. Whatever option you pick will be the right one. So yeah, it's exciting for you, Sag. All right, Leo. Oh, Leo, you've got the Ten of Cups in reverse. Nine of Cups in reverse. So we've already talked about that Ten of Cups energy, getting all the people in the right places. But the reverse position, particularly with, you look at this character, he's got his arms crossed, he's kind of defensive looking there. And I feel like you're needing to let go of some of your closedness or your self-preservation, perhaps some of that armor. Maybe it's time to start letting your defenses down a little bit now. Maybe you're safe to do that. Maybe you're feeling really like you've got enough people around you can really let them in. And so it's time to let people in. All right, Aries. Aries, we've got the Knight of Cups here. I feel like, has someone come in to save the day? Who knows? But I feel like maybe there's an energy here of someone kind of maybe sweeping you off your feet, or just coming in and offering you an opportunity, or giving you some great news or whatever. But I just feel like there's this kind of someone coming in that's really uplifting and supporting you this week, Aries, that's really kind of got the goodness for you happening this week. All right, Gemini. Justice. Gemini, I think things are going to start falling. The cards are falling where the chips are falling. I don't know. Something's falling. Things are falling into place, right? So perhaps the loose ends that you've had, perhaps the things that have been a little bit outside of your control, that you haven't been able to deal with, matters outside of your hands, they're starting to fall into place. They're starting to come into justice. So I just feel like, things are starting to tie up a bit more nicely for you this week. Things that you've been perhaps waiting a long time for. Okay, Aquarius. We have got the Seven of Cups reversed. This is about really organizing ourselves in our mind, and our feelings and emotions and thoughts. All of the stuff that keeps us foggy inside, and you can kind of see that here in the clouds. And it's starting a bit like that movie Inside Out, just recognizing that committee in our head and trying to really understand what's useful and what's not. And so I feel like there's a real aspect of us just trying to maybe slay the inner demons, not necessarily that dramatic, but just really understanding what thought processes are valid for us and what thought processes we need to let go of or not pour our energy into. All right, Libra. We've got the Judgment card. Tides are turning. Did you have this recently? I feel like you did. Tides are turning. You know, you're on the brink of change, right? And that can be vulnerable. That's the nudity. You can feel a bit exposed. It can be a bit scary, but it's the Judgment Day in a sense of everything changes from this moment and is completely out of your control. But it's wonderful change. Like the tide's turning, meaning you're probably not happy where you are now. And then this is giving you that opportunity for change, for newness, for um, just starting over in a whole different way that you've never operated before. So yeah, I think you've had that recently, Libra. All right, Cancerians. You have got the Wheel of Fortune reversed. Now is not the time to take big risks, Cancerians. I feel like you need to take calculated risks or really do your research. Don't gamble. Because, you know, some things around the edge are lovely, like these gold figurines, and then other things like the devil and the snake, not so much. And I just feel like now is not the time to gamble, be frivolous, take big risks. I think you need to think things through. So be really thoughtful, Cancerians. All right, Scorpio. Scorpio, we've got the Emperor reversed. Perhaps this is about you letting go of some of that stubbornness. I mean, I'm a Scorpio moon, we can be stubborn. But like the Emperor is very authoritarian, he sits up on that throne and he does things the way that he wants to do it, the way that it should be done in his view. And perhaps there's an energy that's giving you that perspective, or perhaps you were just raised like that and it's conditioning and it's hard for you to change your beliefs or your mindset. But in this reverse position, I feel like there's an opportunity here just to shake off some of that stubbornness, and to really lean into the spiritual side of an emperor, because an emperor is believed to have a direct connection to spirit. So I feel like there's that. I think you need to be leaning into kind of more feeling, more sensing, more intuitive stuff, rather than relying on the kind of the way that it's always been done or the way that you've always thought and felt, because that's your conditioning. Like trying to break free of some of that. All right, Pisces. Pisces in this reverse position, we've got the Five of Swords here. It's the classic tell the negative committee that meets inside your head to sit down and shut up. If you're winding yourself up in your mind, you're awake at night, you know, overthinking things, overplaying things, making up scenarios that never even will happen, because we all have those imaginary arguments, right? I feel like it's time to try and let go of some of that, to try and just release some of that energy, perhaps do some work, some specific energy releasing work, just to try and help clear your mind a little bit and calm things down. All right, well, thank you so much. It was lovely to see you. It was a very quick tarot for our quick tarot, because I've got a class that I'm doing. You can see behind me, we're just about to do our New Year's releasing workshop. And so it's very exciting. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.